Hello and welcome back to Fix My AG Doll. My name is Sarah and today I'm very excited to film an extension of a series that I already have on my channel called A Peek Into My Collection. And I'm calling this an extension because I'm going to be taking what I've done in that series, which if you've never seen it, I showcase outfits from different historical girls in my collection and really go into the nitty-gritty details of those looks. And so in this series, I'm gonna be talking about the clothes and, building upon the previous videos by showing like the new outfits that I've acquired since then. But I'm also gonna be talking about the prices when these came out and what that means adjusted for inflation. I'm gonna be tying in the lore from the stories. So talking about, when outfits are from movies or books or, the short stories and things like that. Because for me, the stories and the lore is just as important as the dolls themselves. I know that not everyone who collects American Girl reads the books. And so I'm hoping that, if you don't have the interest or the attention span to read through all the lore that there is, that this series can at least bring a little bit of a taste of that to you without providing, any spoilers or anything. And in case you didn't know, I do have a blog, fixmyagdoll.com, and on there we have quite a few of the historical girls book series written up. So if you want to know what happens in the books but you don't want to read the entirety of the books, we have summaries of many of the books there for you, so you can always look at that as well. By the title of this video, you probably know that I'm going to be first showcasing Elizabeth. She was in my first Peek Into My Collection video, and I am happy to say that I officially have all the clothes in her collection now. So I'm only going to be zooming in on the nitty-gritty details for the outfits that I didn't do that for in my last video, which I'll link down in the description below in case you didn't see it. So I'll only be, like I said, I'll only be doing that for the new outfits that I've added since that last video. And for this, I'm gonna be referencing a couple of things. So I'm gonna be referencing her book, Very Funny Elizabeth. So this was the book, her meat book, so to say, that she would have shipped with if you would have bought Elizabeth when she was available. And I'm also going to be referencing the October 2005 American Girl catalog. So Elizabeth, as you can see, probably most of you are familiar with her. She's blonde, has the Josefina face mold, light skin tone, light blue eyes, the same kind of light blue that Kirsten had back in the day. She also can be easily spotted with these pin curls on the sides of her face. She also shipped with her ears already pierced. Here you can see she's wearing a Kirsten outfit, and that's because this month I'll be also showcasing Kirsten's clothes. So Kirsten's wearing Elizabeth's clothes and Elizabeth's wearing Kirsten, so that's why this is not Elizabeth's dress. So when Elizabeth first came out, she debuted as part of Best Friends collection that American Girl did for several years. So she was the second best friend that was released. So first was Nellie, then was Elizabeth. I think that she was probably the most popular just based on how many listings I see on the secondhand market, both of the doll but also her accessories and her clothes just come up a lot more than the other best friends. Maybe Nellie was slightly more popular. I feel like those two are kind of the most popular that I could tell. In the catalog, it says, Elizabeth and Felicity are the merriest girls in Virginia. At least that's what Felicity's father calls them. Their favorite form of merriment is teasing Elizabeth's annoying sister, Annabelle. When their mischief-making heats up, will they find a way to cool it down before Elizabeth gets into trouble? So just, again, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but in that first book, Annabelle is engaged to someone, and so the book really is just a lot of mischief that Elizabeth and Felicity cause that again, don't want to spoil anything, but that makes the engagement for Annabelle a little bit troublesome. I think that Very Funny Elizabeth is the best, I'd say it's the best in my opinion, best friend book. It's very easy to read. It truly is very funny, very lighthearted, and you really don't need to know anything from Felicity's books in order to understand what's going on in that book. So if you're just wanting to like get to know Elizabeth a little bit better, you don't have to do your homework with Felicity's book. That one will do just fine. So back in 2005, an Elizabeth doll and paperback book would have cost you $87. If you wanted the hardback book, it would be $92. Her accessories were $20, and if you got the doll, the book, and the accessories, it would be $100. So you'd save $7 by doing that. And of course, Miss Addie is wearing her meat dress and has the fan. So I'm gonna move Elizabeth away so we can look at the outfit a little bit more and talk about it. Here is Miss Addie. I tried to give her 18th century hair to the best of my ability. Addie's hair was the easiest to work with in trying to do 18th century hair because it's so long and it has that texture to help hold the actual style in place. So I tried my best with the other dolls, but I'm most proud of Addie's hair. I think it looks like very period appropriate. So you can see that this is Elizabeth's meat dress, and it's actually also the one that's on the cover of the book, which is pretty typical. And the weird thing about this, though, is that this dress is a formal dress. It's not like a casual outfit like pretty much all of the other meat outfits, best friends included, are. So this is the dress that she wears to like the engagement party that they have for Annabelle. So it's not an everyday dress. I think that that was an interesting choice. Yeah, and if you haven't noticed, it is pretty much exactly like Felicity's Christmas dress from her surprise story, but it is one piece rather than being 3 different pieces. So Addie's wearing that, and I think she looks absolutely stunning. The fan, so she does have the fan in her hand. The fan is really hard for them to hold, so she's wearing it with a nice little rubber band. Absolutely stunning, gorgeous. And of course, she has the little shoes and the socks. Those are her own bloomers, so you can ignore that. And she also has the pinner cap and the pearl necklace. So yeah, I think that when you compare them side by side, I think it's pretty darn good. They did a great job with that. And so Elizabeth came out in shortly before, I should say, the Felicity movie came out. And so a lot of these outfits aren't actually from the books, they're from the movie. Now this dress, I didn't actually notice in the movie. I rewatched it for this video. I didn't notice it, but maybe I just didn't look very closely. You can let me know if you spotted it in the movie. And the next outfit that I want to talk about is Elizabeth's riding outfit, and that is what Miss Claudie is wearing. So Elizabeth's riding outfit is multiple pieces, which I absolutely love. The first time Felicity meets Elizabeth, she's wearing this, and then I don't think she wears it at any other point in the movie, which is interesting. But when I was going through the book, I noticed something interesting. So here's a look at the outfit. And now here's a look at an illustration. Notice anything? They're like the same dress. So this is an illustration from Very Funny Elizabeth's book. And so this is a character that's only in this book. This is Miss Priscilla. She's a relative of the man who Annabelle, Elizabeth's sister, is betrothed to. That's kind of like prissy and doesn't really like Annabelle's, kind of making things hard for her to make the engagement happen. So yeah, I just thought that that was a very interesting choice because the book would have been written probably around the same time that they were doing all the concepts for the movie itself. So I don't really know what happened there, but yeah, I just thought that that was an interesting tidbit. It's not exactly the same, but it is very, very similar. So this riding habit, or riding outfit it's called, would have set you back $28. And the one thing that kind of annoys me about this is that they didn't give her riding boots. She wouldn't have been wearing her meat shoes, which are like fancy dancing shoes, when riding a horse. They didn't give Felicity any riding shoes either, so maybe that's why that happened, but I'm like, that easily could have been remedied by creating riding shoes for both of them, but you know, whatever. So in the catalog, she's pictured in the stable set, which you also could have purchased, with both Patriot the foal and Penny the horse, and Felicity in her riding outfit. So yeah, I remember staring at this page in the catalog so much as a kid and wishing that I could have the whole set. So the fun thing about the riding habit is that it is multiple pieces. So the jacket is separate from the dress, which is separate from the petticoat underneath. Like I mentioned, it did not come with shoes, so this is one of Nellie's shoes, so ignore that. But you have the petticoat, and I actually style this under other Elizabeth dresses just to give her more volume because she never got any undergarments. You can see the lace detail and the pink wool. I love the metal buttons. Lots of attention to detail. This collar is so fun. And of course, the gorgeous hat. So the jacket does un-velcro here, and underneath it's just like a tank with a turtleneck. So often kind of pitfalls that I see with postings for this, or listings I should say, is that it's missing some of the pieces, like the feather on the hat, or usually the petticoat. So just be on the lookout for that. And here we have Miss Nellie modeling Elizabeth's summer outfit. Now this outfit wasn't released at the time that this catalog was out. It was released slightly later, so I don't have pictures from the catalog for it, but I'll put up what it cost and what that means for today's money as well on the screen. But this summer outfit I also didn't see in the movie, so I think that this was just a concept that was thought of, you know, for later. It's very, very cute. The other thing that's kind of interesting about this is that there's like two different versions of this. So I have the version with the white shoes. There is also a version that I've seen online with kind of these pale mint green, not mint green, but this pastel green shoe that matches the dress a little bit more. So yeah, I'm not really sure what happened production wise with that, but I absolutely love this outfit. I think that it's not everyone's favorite, but it's just so out there, and I love that there's so many different textures within this garment. You have like the lacy details, you have the quilted detail here, you have these polka dots that have texture, and the stripes, the little bows here and on the top. I'm just all about like textures and interest, and I know this may not be the most historically accurate for a summer dress, but I do love it nonetheless. All right, so here we have Miss Caroline Abbott modeling Elizabeth's nightgown. So Elizabeth's night shift you could get for human girls, and you could also get for your doll. For dolls, it was $22. For girls, the night shift itself was $39. And if you wanted the slippers for human children too, it was $16. But if you got the night shift set, which included matching pajamas for you and your doll, it was a value of $54, where you were saving $7. I think that this
night shift is really, really cute. I think it's much cuter than Felicity's. I think Felicity got very shafted in comparison to Elizabeth. I think Felicity's are probably more historically accurate, but in terms of like their plainness, although at the same time Elizabeth does have, you know, or her family, I should say, has more wealth than Felicity's family. So I don't know, maybe she could have worn something like this. So let's take an in-depth look. So first we have these slippers, which have a nice, very satiny feel to them. And they do have elastics around the back. Mine are shot out, so they don't stand back there. And the shift itself is just a pretty standard cotton shift. See this beautiful embroidery. And then her bonnet has a beautiful little pink bow. So there's the whole look. So for the outfits that I have left, I did do those like in-depth looks in my other video, again, link down below. So I'm just gonna be kind of going over the details that I noticed in the movie and in the books. So this outfit, so this is Elizabeth's tea lesson gown. This was in the movie quite a bit. She wore this way more than any other outfits, or at least that's what it seemed like to me. And kind of in retrospect, I wish that this was her meet outfit, because it is more of like a casual look, especially, you know, like I said before, her meet outfit is actually an evening gown. And I think that Elizabeth looks really, really cute in this pale blue, and yeah, I think it's a better dress than her meet dress. But so this outfit would have set you back $28, and it of course included the mob cap, the dress, the slippers, and then the little fiche shoe is removable. Like I mentioned, she wears this in the movie, and it's not pictured in her book much at all. And in the Felicity series, when she goes to lessons with Miss Manderly, she's mostly pictured in that yellow gown that was never made. So yeah, I think that this was like a new concept for the Felicity book, or for the Felicity movies, and for the Elizabeth doll herself. I think it's a great addition. It's probably one of my favorites. Yeah, I love it. Kirsten is modeling Elizabeth's quilted cloak. I think that this cloak is a beautiful shade of green. I think this shade of green suits so many different dolls. I wish that they would utilize this color a lot more. Elizabeth's quilted cloak was $20, which is a very pretty penny. I love that this has the beautiful golden bow on the front, and it of course matches her holiday gown. And something that I'll note, since I have this right here, you see that she's pictured wearing a black headband in the catalog. These actually shipped out, to my knowledge, all in green. So I wonder what happened there. Actually, let's take a look at that outfit right now. So Ivy is modeling this look. She looks so cute in this outfit. So yeah, you can see that it's a green headband. I'm not sure why they made that change. I mean, it obviously matches the dress more, but I think black is a cute look as well. So the dress itself, so the dress came with the headband and with the choker, and it's $28. She did wear this in the movie, so it is a concept from the movie. Oh, I forgot to mention with the cloak, I didn't see that cloak in the movie, so I don't know why they ultimately decided with like the green. I do love the green, but she doesn't wear a green cloak in the movie. So with this dress, she does wear it at the governor's ball, and the back has a lot more volume. So this is where, like, I really wish that they would have come out with an undergarment set for her. So you can see that this gown has kind of the structure for it to have more poof in the back. So it has some ruching back here, and it kind of just laying on its own gives it more of that kind of poofy back look. But in the movie, it's much more exaggerated and pronounced. So really you would need something under here. Like this is really like where it should be coming out to if it were to mimic more historical accuracy, but also what was actually portrayed in the movie. So I wish that they would have given her, you know, something to be able to mimic that more. Do you like the little hair clip I have back here? Making Ivy's hair historically accurate to the 1770s was impossible because her hair is so short and bangs were not a thing back then. So yeah, but I think she looks cute nonetheless. Okay, and that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought of this style video. Are there other kinds of bits of information that would be helpful to know that I could sprinkle into future videos? I'm very open to feedback and, you know, what kinds of things are more or less interested to you. What do you have from Elizabeth's collection? What are you hoping to get from her collection? I definitely want to get her doll, and eventually when I have space, I do want to get her bed and bedding and her little sets for her bedside table and all of those kinds of things. That's my pipe dream down the line. I would love to have everything that was made for Elizabeth because she's very special to me. So again, thank you so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.